So Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. That was an amazing fight. What do you think about the fight?
Man, so surprisingly, I guess not really surprisingly, but a lot of people were doubting Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Truthfully, so. And by the way, guys, my name is Eric. This is my cousin Aldo. We're starting a podcast, a fighters podcast, where we're gonna cover anything that has to do with boxing, MMA, fights coming up, fights that passed, what we think about them, and yeah, we're just gonna give our 2 cents, chime in, give us any ideas. If you guys have any down in the comments, any feedback, we're fairly new, so please support us and hit that subscribe button. Everybody doubted Ryan Garcia, which rightfully so, because you think about it, he's been off the rails, really.
Yeah.
Especially with like tweets, Instagram Live, like people didn't really give him that respect anymore. And then when he started talking shit to Tank, and the way that Garcia lost that fight was embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know, his legs got weak, and he just felt like, man, I can't do it no more.
Yeah.
You know, he did win in December, but this fight was gonna be either Haney to lock in his actual title as being the best, or it was gonna be Ryan Garcia saying, "Hey, you're not the best. I'm the best." What do you think?
I agree with that because, I mean, people knew that he had a lot of followers. If he was going to have a fight, people were going to watch.
Yeah.
Because he's popular. He's kind of like, he's a celebrity. But not everyone really thought, hey, he's a really good boxer. It's not like he fights as much as like those other fighters used to fight, like how often Canelo would fight when he was his age, or Julio Cesar Chavez. He was fighting like a few fights here and there. He was taking breaks and stuff. So yeah, that like you said, this was gonna really prove like, hey, he belongs there with these top fighters. Tank, even though he lost to Tank, like you said, that was a big reason people were counting him out. He gave up. He didn't get it. It was a liver punch. I can understand that.
Yeah. But
he didn't show up after all that shit talking.
yeah, and I feel like Garcia knows that he has ability to fight and the talent. And I feel like part of the Tank fight was Garcia overestimating and underestimating Tank. Now that he got embarrassed by Tank, I feel like that's when it picked up for Garcia to actually try and train hard to get up to where people used to respect him. Because Garcia, man, he was down the ranks, the next promising of boxing. So he was the shit. But unfortunately, something, whatever he has behind the scenes, he let it affect it on the boxing match. Like, you heard that Bohemian Grove, and that was crazy.
He said
shit.
He actually said all that was marketing.
I don't know, man.
Who really knows?
There was like also about Top G saying
Andrew
Tate saying about like, oh bro, like I know who you're talking about. Like, don't mess with these guys. Like, they're gonna destroy your career. Blah blah blah. And as soon as he said that, guess what happened? Fucking Garcia said, "Oh, I have no Instagram or no phone. Blah blah blah. They want to take my money. Yeah. So, man, that's just, I don't know. What do you think about that situation? Do you think he's telling the truth? Do you think it's all clout? Because the Bohemian Grove thing is real. That's real. Yeah. Alex Jones got it on tape back in the 90s or 2000s, something like that.
I don't know. It could be a little bit of both. Because, what even gave him the idea to even start talking about that? So it could be real. But I think he used it to market the fight as well. He went overboard with it. Even if he actually believes it, he went crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was weird. That was a weird period. Something happened because they even said that they froze his money.
Yeah.
So,
and he didn't have a phone.
That's crazy to me.
I agree. Um,
That's crazy to me because it's like, damn, like, do they have that much power?
yeah, that's the crazy thing that we don't really know 100%,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I mean, he ended up beating Devin Haney,
Right, that's the
so
thing. So it's like he went through all that, and people were like, man, he's going to lose to Haney. Haney's good, or was good, I guess,
he
until he
was good.
lost, you know?
Yeah,
So, I mean, it
yeah.
was a crazy fight. Um, and then the thing that really kind of disappointed me was him not making weight.
Hmm. Why did that disappoint you?
Because even though
Was
the
it?
fight happened, he can't win the title. He didn't make
That
weight.
is true. How important do you think having the title is, as opposed to just hey he beat Devin Haney?
Well, here's the thing. It's not. It's just like more of the fact of him not being disciplined. Because if he was put, he had, you know, a long time to actually make the weight 140. Um, Ryan Garcia is not fat. You know, he's not. You know, he's not. He's not trying to cut. You know, 20, 30 pounds, right? So he made, I think, 143 was the final weigh-in, and
143.
Haney was 140.
Yeah.
So you had to be at 140. That kind of disappointed me because Garcia would have been champion right now.
Do you think it would have made a difference if he
No,
made weight? Like, would it
no,
affect his power? Or
3 pounds is different. I mean, you're talking about 3 pounds extra force on your arms, on your weight, on everything. With it, theoretically, nobody's at the 140 weight once fighting starts.
right? They all balloon up to
Yeah,
155 or
yeah.
160.
So they're not at their weight once fighting starts. So really, it doesn't really matter.
And he did look a lot bigger, like significantly bigger than Devin Haney.
Yeah.
So
So, so we got that. How'd you think the fight itself when it happened?
when I was watching it, because the first, even though Ryan did knock him down, like was it the first or second round, Haney was winning those other rounds because Ryan wasn't even throwing anything. But you never know if it's part of the game plan because he could have saved all of that to tire Haney out,
Mm-hmm.
and then the when Haney's more tired, bring in the power. Maybe he thought, oh, he really didn't prepare, put his guard down, which he said he underestimated the left hook, and that's what kept knocking him down, that power
Yeah.
hook.
You know
So
what? I feel like Haney was winning by points.
yeah, yeah,
Haney was winning by points, but it was so close. You guys saw Haney up by one, by two, by three, and what caught up Ryan up was the knockdowns.
yeah. The knockdowns and
But
then
man, it was like 4 or 5 knockdowns right there. Why didn't they not stop the fight?
we gotta ask the ref. Did the
That
ref?
was crazy to me.
The ref must have put his house on that fight. It looked like he was helping Haney out a lot
It was
because
crazy.
he was hugging half the fight.
Not just that, but there was a moment where Haney was like on top of Ryan Garcia, and if it wasn't for Ryan Garcia being there, he would have just fell down to the ground.
Yeah, he kept holding on to him.
Delaying on the counts, giving him extra time to regroup. It was super weird to me that it shouldn't have gone that far. It shouldn't have gone that far or that long. Um, I don't think you know. It's just it was they should have ended it as soon as the second knockout happened.
Who do you think wins if they fight 10 times?
Oh, Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia every
Garcia
time?
made Haney look like shit.
Yeah.
He made him look like shit.
Do you think without his power,
Even
would
though
it be the
Haney
same?
is still champion technically,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna respect Haney now. Nobody respects him.
Yeah, when you lose like that,
When you lose like that, you still keep your title because of technical.
technicality.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, they still just like how Usman was it Usman that fought Tyson.
No. You mean
Oh,
who's
Francis
it?
Ngannou. Jesus.
His friend, yeah, because they're close friends. You messed it up.
Um,
Francis Ngannou. Oh,
it's
my
just like
goodness.
how Francis Ngannou technically beat Tyson Fury, even though they
Yeah.
gave the fight to Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Nobody's seeing Tyson Fury the same anymore because he lost to somebody who didn't know how to box.
Right.
You know, so same here with Garcia and Haney. You could see Haney was a favorite, man.
Big favorite.
Surprisingly, Garcia was the underdog for, like, it's crazy. Obviously, for the events that had happened already in the past. But Haney's champion. He beat everybody he can at his weight class. He was the man to beat. And Garcia made him look like shit.
I agree.
Like shit, man.
I agree. So what do you think is next for Garcia? Would you rather see him fight Tank again, or would you rather? Because they've been throwing out Pitbull's name.
I know.
What do you think?
Yeah, talking about Pitbull Cruz. Teofimo, too, man.
Teofimo.
Oh,
That's a good
man.
one, too.
I don't know. It's they're good. They're gonna be good fights. Cause look, here's the thing. I feel like I don't know if Garcia fights again to Tank. I don't if Garcia's actually gonna become disciplined and he fights how he fought with Haney. Maybe Tank will still win, but it'll be much more of a closer fight.
Right. No rehydration clause too.
Yes.
They can't do that same thing again.
Yeah, they
Because it
can't.
makes it. He looked like he was struggling to.
Yeah. So it's that option. But man, I love Teofimo. That'll be a great fight. Pitbull Cruz, man.
I think that's a good one. Even though Pitbull Cruz, he does good against bigger fighters,
He does.
but has he fought anyone with power like Ryan? Because Ryan's fought smaller guys and he KOs them within 1 or 2 rounds. Obviously, Pitbull's way better, but I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see.
Yeah, I like Pitbull Cruz. He just won recently his last fight. After all that talk shit, I mean, he was able to, Pitbull Cruz you can't underestimate him. He's an amazing fighter. He's a well-rounded fighter. Teofimo too, man. Teofimo, he's fast, agile. He's not scared of anything. So I don't know. I don't know if Ryan Garcia would be. I feel, in my opinion, I feel like it'll be more of a closer fight between Ryan Garcia and Pitbull. But I don't know if he could beat Teofimo.
Oh, man, I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Look at it. Look at
Like
Teofimo.
I don't even know like how.
Look at
the height difference.
Yeah, look at Teofimo's stats right now. Teofimo.
Teofimo Lopez. So he's 20-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's fought good competition. He fought Lomachenko as well, beat him too.
Mm-hmm. He retired recently because he wanted to take out more money out of PBC. Or ESPN, I believe.
All right, well, so that's our take on the results of Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. I think they're both still young, so I don't think it's the end of the road for Devin Haney, and I think Ryan Garcia is only getting better. So
Yeah, I know he talked about fighting Canelo. That's
who?
Ryan Garcia.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I know,
never
that's-
gonna happen.
I don't know if never, but it's not it's not even.
Canelo's too big, I think, especially for his age. You think he'll?
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen.
But we'll just have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
First thoughts on the Canelo Munguia fight?
Man,
Maybe advantages and disadvantages.
Well, first of all, I'm putting it out there. I'm a big David Benavides fan. And I don't hate Canelo, but he's not my favorite fighter. I know he has 50 fights won and all this and that and blah, blah, blah. But, or actually, well, now 60.
Cinnamon was 60. That's a, and he's fought good competition too.
Not, see, that's debatable for me. That's debatable for me. But, I mean, I feel like the only fight that I will give him respect for was maybe like the Cotto fight
Yeah,
when he
that's a
beat
good one.
the Puerto Rican. But at the same time, Cotto was already older. So
I agree. There's always that little thing, like even with Amir Khan, they say he was a weight bully.
yeah, I mean,
So
look, my problem with Canelo is that he doesn't fight fights that he's supposed to fight, in my opinion, and he just fight. He does fights that he knows he's gonna win.
yeah, like he waited too long for the Triple G fight.
Like too long for the Triple G fight. I feel like he makes a fool of himself because he even said, "Oh, like he let him get his title stripped off."
To not fight Benavides
No, no,
or
not
to
tonight.
fight.
Triple G.
Oh yeah, he did do that.
So, you know, um,
He waits too long till he has like some sort of advantage over the person.
yeah, I don't know. I just personally, he's not my favorite fighter. And look, man, and it's not really about the wins and the losses. It's mostly just more of the fighting style. Like, hey, if there's this guy coming up ready to fight Canelo and wants Canelo, all right, Canelo, be like, yeah, fight me. Who cares if I win or lose? It's that respect that you get from the people, because Mexicans are identified as guerreros, warriors, um, never back down, right? And you see it through all their fighters. Marquez, uh, Oscar de la Hoya, um, Julio Cesar Chavez.
And they all have hella losses, and people still put respect on their name because they
Yeah,
did that stuff. So
right.
I agree with that.
And you gotta see why. It's because they put up that fight. They put up. It took, I think, Marquez like 3 fights to beat Pacquiao.
Pacquiao.
He never backed down. So it's like Canelo does not have that.
He doesn't take that big risk.
No, the only trilogy he only has is the Triple G one.
Yep.
That's really it.
And I don't. Do you think he would have fought him again if he had won that first fight? Because the first fight was a draw, where they said he lost.
That was a Triple G win. I feel like out of the 3, Canelo won 1. I think.
The last one.
Yeah, I think so. My opinion. But, so me ranting about this, I feel like instead of Munguia, not that he's a bad fighter, but Benavides would have been the man to fight him.
I think, yeah, I agree with you, and I would have been happy even if he retired after that fight. Let's say he wins, he beats, which I know you don't think that would happen. But if he would have taken that fight, that kind of like cements his legacy. Like pretty much, like I'd be willing to replace this Munguia fight and his past few fights, fight Benavides, and that's a good name to have for your legacy.
Benavides has knocked out almost everyone in his fights.
Fought. That's scary for Canelo.
Canelo's older. Because look, you're talking about Canelo. Same thing how he played with Triple G. Not wanting to fight, ignoring. And Canelo, he has this power over PBC, over boxing because he knows he brings in the money. It shouldn't be like that, but it is. Even Benavides said, hey, if you want to keep most of the percentage for the pay-per-view and I keep a small percentage, I don't care. I just want to fight you. Everybody's saying, oh, well, everybody's trying to look for a payday and they're just talking shit. Okay, I get it. But then who is Canelo gonna fight then? if Benavidez says, "Hey, give me 1% of the pay-per-view," you think he's looking for payday?
No, they said the pay difference was going to be like 5 mil to Canelo's 60 million.
Right. That's what I'm
So-
saying. So he literally Benavidez making all the easy access to fight with Alvarez.
Yeah, and funny enough that you have that take because you know who else had that take,
Who?
a similar take, Julio Cesar Chavez,
Right.
and you know he actually they respect each other. Him and Saul, they're pretty close, and they they've never had anything bad to say about each other. But in a recent interview that I saw, they interviewed Julio Cesar Chavez and they asked him if what they think about Canelo, like the truth, and he said, "I think he's an amazing fighter." But he's never been in the ring with someone where he has to really push to his limits, where it's a lot of risk. And I think that would have been. And imagine if one of his closest friends is saying that about him, a legend in the sport. That's because it's the truth. It's what people think. I think that the Benavidez fight would have been that. It would have been
Yeah.
like test yourself to the full limits. You have all this experience. Fight the best guy. He's only 33.
No, I know.
So I mean.
And I just feel like if Saul doesn't fight Benavidez this year or next year, I feel like it might get to the point to where Canelo's gonna be like 36, 37, and fights Benavidez, and Canelo loses, and it's just gonna be like, oh well, it's because he didn't fight Canelo at his prime. But it's not gonna be Benavidez's fault.
No.
It'll be Canelo's fault because he did not fight him at his prime. You know who is a fan of Benavidez? Mike Tyson.
Really?
He loves Benavidez.
I think I've
He
seen
calls him the
videos.
Mexican monster.
Mexican. That's a compliment coming from Mike.
Yeah, like, dude, again, I don't care about the wins or losses. Benavidez could lose to Canelo. I don't care. It's just how. If he loses, how? Or
It's a big mystery.
or Benavidez or Canelo's actually really scared, and maybe Benavidez could knock him out or scare him.
I could see that he's a power puncher, volume puncher.
Because when was the last time Canelo knocked out somebody? Who was it? Caleb Plant? That I could remember.
Yeah, Caleb Plant. That's the last one. So,
You know,
who do you have winning, Canelo or Munguia?
man. I feel like I want Munguia to win. But I feel like Canelo's gonna win by decision.
That's interesting.
Canelo's not gonna knock him out, and I feel like Munguia is gonna put a good fight, but I don't think it'll be enough to beat him by decision. And I don't see Munguia knocking Canelo out.
I agree with that. I don't see anybody knocking Canelo out. I mean, his chin, that's one of his best attributes. He has an amazing chin. He's not getting knocked out. The only thing I could think of is that he's older. And what they say about him is that he doesn't make it public, but he's had a lot of surgeries in his hands, his shoulders.
That's why he doesn't fight. Well, that's why he avoids to hit so often. Well, that same situation with Mayweather. Mayweather had a fucked up arm or a fucked up hand.
Yeah.
That's why Mayweather never really fought. He only did like 2-3, boom, move, 2-3, move, 2-3, move. You know. So, but man, I hope if I put my money, look, I'm gonna put my money on Jaime Munguia.
Let's see how much you would make. Let's look at the odds.
Let's
You
look
want
at
to
the
put money on Munguia? Let's see how much you're gonna make. Let's see the odds. Okay. Munguia's a plus 425 to Canelo's minus 600.
Yeah.
Which I'm not mad at that.
No, it should be like that.
But what do you think about the size advantage? Even though Canelo's fought super tall guys as well, but Munguia has power though. I think that's a difference too.
Yeah.
He hasn't fought somebody
Look,
with
man,
power and
the
aggression.
only person that I could remember embarrassed Canelo besides Mayweather was Bivol.
Yeah.
Bivol fucked him up real bad.
Volume puncher.
Yeah. So, I mean, if Munguia watches what Bivol did,
I
you
think he
know,
can do it. But he doesn't
because
have any defense is the problem.
yeah,
Like,
but
Bivol has good
look,
defense.
yeah, but here's the thing: Bivol kept him in the ropes. Bivol kept him in the ropes.
Uh-huh.
Jaime Munguia, he's a good fighter. So if Munguia is able to keep him in the ropes, close contact, hitting him, does not let Canelo breathe, I could see Munguia taking the fight.
I actually agree with that. Especially because we've seen that before.
Because Canelo's thing is moving around the ring.
Yeah.
If you don't give him that move around, and if Munguia presses him and follows him, man, I don't know. That's why I wanted Benavidez, because that's what Benavidez does.
Yeah.
He does not let you breathe. He'll move with you. He will move. Benavidez will let you hit him until he finds that opening. That's what he did with Caleb Plant. He didn't knock out Caleb Plant because I feel like Caleb Plant, they didn't want to get knocked out just because of pride. But he was fucking him up. Fucking him up.
Yeah, I
and he
agree.
let Plant hit. Benavidez let Plant hit him. But it's because Benavidez, he's more of a distance fighter. He wants to build up that fight. He wants to see that opening until he said, all right, it's round 3, round 4. All right, it's my turn. It's time for the big boys to play.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So but if Munguia does not let Canelo breathe, I could see Munguia taking this fight. Even though I don't see Munguia knocking him out. Here's the thing. I think this is the difference between boxing and MMA. I feel like in MMA, there are more surprises of fighters getting knocked out by surprise fighters, and you don't see that much in boxing. In boxing, it's all technical.
Right.
You know, you get to move around. Defense. That's why you don't see like an underdog saying, "Oh my God, he just knocked them out." You don't see that in boxing because that's not how it works. You know, if not, Canelo would have gotten knocked out like 3-4 times already.
Yeah.
You know, maybe. Who knows, right? It's not like, in MMA where like, fucking with that fight with Adesanya and Strickland type of thing, Like you don't see that in boxing. So I don't see Jaime Munguia knocking Canelo out, but I do see maybe Munguia winning by points if he keeps him within the ropes, doesn't let him move, pressures him, keeps just being on him. But his hits have to land too. You can't just throw hits or throw punches and not actually do any damage or not actually land those punches because it'll be too much it's not gonna be productive. It's better to punch less and land more rather than just throw out your fist and not really landing anything.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
I think I agree with your point, and that's actually what I'm going with. Is if Munguia wins, it's going to be by points. He's not knocking Canelo out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the Triple G fight with Canelo, the first fight was because Triple G was the aggressor. Second and third fight where Canelo wins, he had to bring the pace too. Obviously, the only thing is he couldn't knock out Gennady. He has a chin too. So if Munguia's chin can hold up, I can see Munguia winning by decision, by points.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, Canelo's defense is really good. Will Jaime connect? So with that being said, I mean,
even if Canelo wins, even if Canelo wins, Munguia, this is his time to to it's his time
To prove himself.
to prove himself, but he could embarrass Canelo, even by losing the fight. He would embarrass him if he actually fights, and he'll have a massive respect. I love Munkia. I love him.
Same here. He's so super fun to watch.
Super fun to watch. You know, my top dog is Benavides, Delfimo, and Munkia. You know,
Can't disagree with that.
so, but we'll see. It's next week, man.
You putting money on Munguia?
Absolutely, I always bet against Canelo. Always.
So for a final verdict, you have who winning?
All right. Even though
Say it how it is. Say it how it is.
my heart says Munkia, and I'm gonna just stick with Munkia.
Okay. My heart says Munguia, but my brain tells me you don't beat Canelo.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
He
betting.
still got it.
Yeah,
He still got it.
he does, but man, I don't know. I just want to see him lose. Call me a hater, man.
He's the new Mayweather. People just tune in to watch Canelo lose.
Bro, call me a hater. People call me a hater. I understand. It's just because Canelo hasn't really shown me anything for me to like him.
So you heard it here first. The Canelo hater has Canelo.
Number one hater. Nah, but it's because he hasn't really showed me anything that for me to like him. You know, like he just like it doesn't. There's nothing. I don't have no connection with them. People say, yeah, well, it's because in boxing the whole point is for you not to get hit and blah blah blah. I get it. But I'm like anything. I like entertainment. I like Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight. I like Marquez versus Pacquiao fights. I like those fights where like they just go at it. Like, oh my god, like this fight's so good. Like, who's gonna win? Oh my god, he's getting beat the shit out of. Oh, but he's coming back. Like, just fucking massacre.
Oh yeah, you want to be on the edge of your seat. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for Mayweather, that's how it'd be nowadays. But
Yeah, he kind of killed it for
kinda
me.
ruined it.
I get it. Mayweather's the GOAT. Some people consider Mayweather the GOAT. He's a great boxer to his style. Not my favorite either. Call me a hater if you want, but I always wanted to see Mayweather lose. Money Mayweather. But, again, Pacquiao is one of my favorite fighters. He lost a bunch of fights, but it's his style. His style is what's entertaining to me. I don't care if they win or lose or fight. Like, it's the style for me, and for me, Delfimo has that style. We got Benavides with that style. And we got Munkia with that style too, man. That Mexican blood style. Even though Benavides isn't, he's like half Mexican and half Ecuadorian. But, but still, man.
style's Mexican.
Style's Mexican, and hopefully we get to see it. I mean, definitely not Mexican either. I think he's from El Salvador or something like that. But man, we gotta see it, man.
I think he's from Guatemala.
No, he's not. He's from
not.
I
don't know.
Stop misinformation.
Misinformation. No,
But yeah,
you're-
man. I mean, shit.
You're right. Well, I mean, we're Mexican. We want to see two gladiators in there. So hopefully that's what we get with the Canelo and Munguia fight.
Yeah.
And,
So I think we could just wrap it up now.
And we'll wrap it up. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, comment whatever you think down below.
Yeah, and give us your predictions. Let us know what you guys want to hear from us. We'll interact with you guys in the chat, on the comments, and maybe we could do even like a watch party. But just keep us and in mind and subscribe, and hopefully we'll get to see you guys soon.